Good morning, good morning, good morning. Take your glasses off, you look like an old man. Oh, you are an old man. Ow! Birds just bit my lip. So, this here is spud. Spud is what is called a white-faced owl. Spud comes from Africa, and they have a northern and a southern white-faced owl. Spud, for all his handsomeness, is a northern white-faced owl, bred by a man called Mr. Dave Bellis, who is quite famous for breeding owls. He's a very nice man, and anybody that ever goes to Dave's place to pick a bird up will always say, "Oh my God, have you seen Dave's garden? It's immaculate." Really, anyone that I've ever spoken to, the words Dave Bellis and "oh my God, his garden is amazing" is always synonymous, and the two things that I hear all the while. So, Spuds is actually trying to eat my beard. What bit of grey that I've got. I think he thinks I might look like another white-faced owl, maybe a central white-faced, not a northern. So also trying to chew my shirt. So I think it might be feeding time soon. I'm going to try and do a few videos. So I've got an hour's free this afternoon. So I'm going to make a few and see how rubbish they are, and then see whether I'm going to bother posting them onto YouTube. Seems like everyone else likes to do it. Spud, my beard does not taste very nice, I promise you. So, where can you see? Shropshire Falconry. Yeah, have a look. There it is. Shropshire Falconry. We are going to do a lot more displays than we used to. So I will be out and about, and I've got like 37 shows booked this year, so quite busy, and I also do quite a bit of corporate stuff. So it's not a centre that you can actually come and turn up at, pay to get in. It's private experience. So I run for a thing called an animal activities licence, which, oh, did I frighten you? Which I've just passed my new review. So I will be out and about doing shows, visiting schools, visiting people, doing private tuition and private displays. So have a look out for me. You will find me all around Wales, right the way down to Birmingham, Chepstow, going to Chepstow soon, going to Hereford to do quite a few shows. And I want to do them. I'll probably be bringing this little chap along with me, whose name is Spudley, Spud for short, who replaced a lovely little white face that I had called Chris, who unfortunately passed away last year. And everybody knew Chris. All the schools used to say, "Oh, will you please bring Chris back?" Spud, I need to just move you back a bit because you're out of shot there, mate. Just going to move you across. There you go. You might moan a bit. There you go. Pushing an owl. Naughty bug. So, yeah, watch out for me at the shows. Come and say hello. We do static shows. We do flying displays. All sorts of stuff. RAF bases, castles, everything. In fact, when I first started doing falconry many years ago, I didn't ever think that it would lead me down so many roads to so many different things. Supplying birds for film work, taking actors out. Even a few years ago, I went down to Chepstow for a lovely reunion for the Robin of Sherwood, where I met some of the actors from the TV series, and spent 2 lovely days down there, met some fantastic people, and I'm happy to say that it's happening all again next year, and I've been booked again for next year. So I'm really looking forward to that one. The only sad thing about that day was I did lose my Lanner falcon called Rocky. It's the first bird I've ever lost from a display for 10 years. And he did have, yes, he before you mention it, he did have a GPS on, but unfortunately the battery died after about 3 hours. We had lots and lots of sightings, but we never actually managed to recover him. I'm hoping that he's still out there catching stuff, because he was quite good at catching things, quite able to do that, or somebody's picked him up, didn't really want to give him back to me. So good old Rocky, fingers crossed he's still out there. But in terms of shows, always someone will say to me, I remember I went to a show and the bird just didn't want to come back, just disappeared. Well, lots of times they do play up a little bit. They do not come back into the arena. I've got one called Viper who keeps me hanging on all the while, because he'll sit up for 5 or 10 minutes, and I've pretty much said everything I know about Lanners and Peregrines, and then he decides to come in and do a fantastic display. And when he's on form, he is absolutely brilliant. When he's not, he's a bit naughty, and it's difficult for you to actually try and manage when they, obviously we weight manage them, but conditions, noise, all sorts of things can actually go through their heads when they're up there. So yeah, doing shows isn't easy. It's fantastic when it goes well, but when it goes bad, you just want to put your head in this, not put your head in the sand. You just want to, disappear up your own jacksie, really. It happens, and it'll continue to happen, because you can't foresee everything. There's no such thing as a super risk assessment. You can fence the birds off, make sure there's no dogs, don't put me next to something really noisy, keep me away from the bouncy castles, keep me away from the things. But when they're up in the air, lots of things. Wild peregrines. You might turn up to a site and not know that there's a pair of wild peregrines not too far away. And they like to come over, and they don't really want your bird flying around in the arena, so they might physically try and eject them. Call your bird back as quick as you can, nice and safe. There might be a helicopter fly over. I did have one where the air ambulance came screaming over the top of the arena. Bird disappeared, went over the river. I had to get in the car, drive all the way around, and as I was trying to get my bird back, in the arena, the Zumba class had come in, and there was about 60 people doing Zumba in the middle of the arena. My bird had flown back over the river and was swooping in between all these people. Where are you going? Swooping in between all these people in the arena doing Zumba, which apparently was quite exciting, but I was 2 miles away on the other side of the river trying to get back in my car to get back. So, yeah, everything happens. Everything happens. Dogs are a nightmare. So, we try, when I'm doing a show, I get stressed, get mentally stressed, because I'm trying to make sure I'm there on time, make sure we're set up, make sure it looks nice, keeping my eyes on kids kicking footballs, people just walking straight into your marquee, little toddlers that mum and dad aren't really taking care of, can sneak past, go under the table, and I've got everything covered off with metal fencing. So you'd think it was impossible. Well, you'd think it was impossible, but, little kids climbing under marquees, it's not a good idea when there's a blimmin' eagle on the other side. So make sure everything's pinned down and nothing can happen. Good luck with that, because stuff does happen. So you have to be switched on. You have to always, every single second I'm on the show, I'm watching, looking, making sure that nothing stupid happens, because when it does, if someone ever films it, God forbid, you're always in trouble. So I'm on a bit of a flow here, going on a bit of a rant, but keep in touch. I will keep you in touch with what's actually going on, where we're going to be next year, what we're going to do. I'm sure we'll be doing something. I can't not do it because it just... Oh, God, here we go. Spud, I'm going to go because baby's getting bored. I've got a cough. So, catch you later. For now, bye-bye.